Hello, dreamers. Have you ever made something so special you didn't want anyone else to touch it? Not even the ones you trust? Tonight's story is about Harry the Hedgehog and what happened when he tried to carry something all on his own. Let's begin. There was a quiet place in Stillhollow where not many creatures went. It sat just beyond a small grove where soft grass met a circle of smooth, rounded stones. Some held tiny flowers resting gently in their cracks. Others were cloaked in moss, like memories you could touch. This was the Remembering Stones, a space to honor memories and loved ones with quiet gratitude. And on most mornings, just after sunrise, Harry the Hedgehog walked there alone. Harry was a small hedgehog with bristly brown and cream quills. He wore a tiny brown belt fitted with a compass, though he never needed help finding his way here. His paws were always careful, especially when he was carrying one of his stones. You see, Harry didn't just visit the Remembering Stones. He added to them. Each smooth pebble he brought had been carved by his own tiny paws. Some with little shapes, some with faint words, some with nothing at all. Just a feeling Harry could see but didn't know how to say. One morning, he nestled a small spiral-shaped stone between two others and whispered, "For the day I felt brave." The words didn't echo, but somehow they stayed. Then, a sound. Rustle. Pause. Rustle again. Harry spun around, every quill on edge. There, at the edge of the clearing, was Bramble the bunny. She didn't move closer. She didn't say a word. Her long ears tucked down as her soft gray fur caught the light. Around her neck, her cozy maroon scarf fluttered just slightly in the breeze. "Oh," she whispered, I didn't mean to see." Harry clutched the belt at his waist as if to shield what he couldn't explain. "It's not ready. They're not. It's just something I do. Not really for sharing." Bramble nodded. "Okay." She hummed, a sound like saying sorry without words, and turned, quiet as a breeze. Harry stood still for a long time. Even after she left, the air felt full. That evening, Harry stayed in his den. He kept one paw on his box of stones and stared at the ceiling. What if Bramble had touched one? Or laughed? Or, worse, what if she'd said nothing at all? His compass ticked softly on the table. He tried not to look at it, but it felt like the arrow was pointing back. The next morning, Harry didn't bring a new stone. He just went to check. And when he stepped into the Remembering Stones, he stopped. The stone he had placed yesterday, the spiral, was still there. But beside it was a tiny white feather and a single bluebell, freshly picked. Harry blinked. No one had added anything like that before. The flower wasn't carved. The feather wasn't perfect. But they were kind. He sat down slowly. The grass was cool beneath him. The forest around him was still. And then he felt it. A small stirring of air, like a breath held and let go. The breeze brushed his cheek, just as his eyes began to shine. The forest of Stillhollow was there, and it had heard. Later that day, Harry found Bramble sitting at the edge of a path, winding a thread around her paw. "I saw what you left," he said, voice wobbling like a dewdrop. "I wasn't sure if it was all right," Bramble said, ears dipping. "I just wanted to say thank you." Harry nodded. Would you like to come back with me? Just once. I could show you another one. Bramble smiled, a slow, soft blooming, like something fragile daring to open. Maybe I could try. They walked in silence, but not awkwardness. The hush between them felt soft, like moss beneath paw and foot. When they arrived, Harry knelt beside a different stone. This one had a swirl and a dip, like a tiny cave. This one's for a day I felt small, he said, but I wanted to stay. Bramble didn't say anything at first. Then she said, I think that's very brave. Harry looked at her, and for the first time, didn't feel flustered. Just seen. They didn't stay long. The sun had begun to tilt toward evening. But on the way home, Harry took a different path. It led through a place neither had visited together before, the threadroot arch. The ground beneath was soft with pine needles. It felt like walking through memory itself. 2 ancient roots arched up from the ground, woven together like time itself. Dangling from the middle were old threads, forest trinkets, and silent offerings, each left by someone who had felt something they couldn't quite say. As they stepped beneath it, the light shifted. A golden thread caught in the branches above, glinting once before drifting to the earth. Harry picked it up, looked at it, then offered it to Bramble. She took it without a word. Not as a gift, but as if she'd always been part of the thread. Neither of them spoke, because something had already been said. That night, Harry opened his box. He reached for a stone he'd always kept, his favorite. The one with the heart shape that wasn't perfect. The one that never quite fit with the others. He turned it over in his paw and smiled. Tomorrow, he would leave it out. Not hidden, not half-buried. Just there, waiting for whoever might need it. And in the hush of Fernhollow, the trees did not speak, but they listened. And in that quiet listening, something gentle began to glow. Not loud, not fast, just real. Good night, dear dreamers. Sometimes the hardest part of sharing is trusting someone to care the way you do. But when you do, the caring grows, and the glow stays. If you enjoyed this story, please consider liking the video and subscribing to Tales of Fernhollow.